Yep. Mhm. Yep. So, volume 26 of our cover story, Oni, Child, Yamato, and the Holy Inari Shrine Pilgrimage. I'll beat you to hell if you lay a finger on Peyton. So we got Who's Who, and he's the new leader of the group, and he has Alti just strapped up, and he's playing darts. Yeah, it's it's a dartboard, and he's threatening page one. I think he said right is her name. Sure. Hmm. Why indeed? Yeah, because we all started this out because they he stole a sword from he stole the carpenter to help build the hideout. He stole the sword. Why do you need these swords? Is it sword specific, or did you just want all of the weapons you could find for your group? We don't know. I don't. I really don't take Who's Who very seriously yet. Just because as soon as Yamato and uh, just the scabbards are aware of this going on, it's going to be squashed pretty quickly. I think, but it's that's always been a question for me because even like that was something that Green Bull showing up and them absolutely getting washed until Shanks finally steps in. But like, can you guys protect your own country? Like, is Momo really the shogun that you guys deserve? We have yet to see that. Fair. That's fair. If okay, if you're telling me, and let me see if I'm equating it the same way. This is like Spider-Man stopping a bank robbery versus stopping Thanos, right? Okay, I'm fair. Look, we all need a nice, easy layup. We need to see the ball go through the hoop, and then we can start shooting from threes. I can get behind that. Okay, okay. We should be able to handle this. I won't disagree with you, but we can't. I was hungover. We were having drinks. Yeah. So then we jump back to Scopper Caban with facing the Luffy squad that we got going on through the palace. So in the last chapter, Scopper took the key and said, "Okay, well now get it from me." And Luffy doesn't play like that. But Zoro takes a quick second and kind of remembers, like, I guess he wasn't a part of this conversation, like what's been happening, like where he's like, "Hey, Yasan" and stuff like this. But Zoro is already putting together in his mind that this guy is the same guy Colin just talked about and says, "That's my dad." So here we go. Zoro's showing some intelligence. Sure. Sure. Yeah. It's just hard for me because Zoro's the same two things. Zoro's the same guy who always gets lost. And then in a fight like we just had on Egghead, where it takes him like 35 minutes into the fight, and he's like, those wings and that fire look really similar to somebody I fought recently. And he waits. So it's like it's nice to see him kind of pick something up earlier than everyone else. Yeah, yeah. Mhm. And just a stretch. And I mean, I hate like just giving him powers without seeing it. It looks like actually in this panel, he's charging up the key with hockey as well. When he's about to bash it down, it looks like it's turning from black to or from gold to black. Um, but like I'm assuming he has future sight, more than likely, right? Like if Sailor's Rayleigh has it, I'm assuming he might have it too. Right. Hmm. And so I mean, Luffy doesn't hit a single punch here, but then you get Scopper wielding this Conqueror's hockey filled key. I almost said key like KI, but then I was like, oh, that doesn't sound right. But it does because it is a key. Yeah. I mean, so Conqueror's hockey confirmed. Everyone's begging him to like, hey, don't hurt my captain, please. Please don't hurt him. But the last person in this world we ever have to worry about is Luffy. No. Yes. You're in the middle of a fight, bro. You're literally fighting somebody. You don't need to tell the story right now. We get it. I'm right there with you. I want to take a moment though. It's actually funny that he writes this in here because we were talking that they are unaware of who Scopper is and who he was to Roger. So him calling Shanks stingy and Luffy getting mad, like, hey, you don't actually know him. It's like, no, dude, I do know him. I raised him. Shut up. I know he's stingy. I'm stingy. I taught him to be stingy. he never he never shared with fun. And going back to going back to Zoro being like just more in tune with the fight, I guess, or maybe with weapons. Or maybe Luffy just thinks he can just beat anybody, and that's fine. I don't mind that. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Kaido dodge. And, I mean, this could be it. These might not be Yaso Chakaru. I mean, that may be a move too. Like some. Oh, it does say it's a move. I mean, they we've had 16 canon left and right for like Dofi and the six. So that's interesting. How many? How many? Oh no, I meant how many giants were with Harold? Oof, maybe about 80. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. So I mean these are like win sites, like Kaku kicks that he's sending off these things. I feel like each one of these slices are devastating. So he's obviously not somebody to fuck with. But yeah, and so he thinks to himself though, like, hey, damn, you got a good crew. Like he's heard about Luffy. He knows the Straw Hats. He's heard Kaido being defeated. He's heard Crocus talk about how amazing Shanks, Rayleigh, they're fans. He wants to test this guy out, and he finally gets what he's wanted this whole time. I think this whole fight was to bring out this one form, and after destroying most of the castle, Luffy goes straight into Gear Fifth. I would put him with the same height as him as Scopper, I would assume. He looks pretty fucking tall, dude. I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah. I'm I agree. I mean, it looks like he's barely fitting his full palm around half of it. Like, yeah. They don't have Scopper's height, but Silver is 6'2". So it's not bad. Yeah, fair. I mean, we see weapons change size all the time, but in my translation, it says it really is a white form, is what Scopper says. So it kind of to me reads that there is a white form that he's heard about, and he's like, "Holy shit, I'm finally seeing the white form." Sure. Yeah. Ooh. I yeah. Mhm. I can't wait to learn more about that stealing plan. Like I like that's I agree. Who's who was the person Shanks stole it from. I'm right there with you. I think yeah, so Shanks I don't think Shank if the devil fruit is as necessary and as alive as the Gorosei think it is, like where it's been avoiding them for 800 years, that means like Shanks had to be like on the ends with somebody on that ship, or I don't know. I think he had an inside man. Mm, yeah, yeah, and I want to see the white form. That's it. Don't kill me, please. And and so Scopper just gives them the key. Really, he's like, "Oh, the key? It's actually right behind you this whole time. Why didn't? Why are you yelling at me? It's right there." And he gives them like one goodbye. He's seen what he's seen. He's Luffy has passed whatever initial test he put forth, and he's like, but by the time you leave the island, and if Elbath is safe, come see me again. Which is the weirdest. Like, if you survive this, cool. Like, very weird for I don't know. You'll see it. I'm right there with you. I saw this and I can't forget it. It's a lot of people on the internet on Reddit were thinking that she's going to be a holy knight or a god's knight. She's like a secret agent that was sent here, and so now I can't unsee it because I'm looking for god's knights everywhere. So now every time I see her, it's like, fuck, yep, yep, coming down. They think it's a bird. They hit him with that Superman trope. Is that a bird? No, it's a plane. No, it's actually a god's knight ready to come abduct you. Actually, and so but this is our first look at the solar realm, right? Or the sun, or is this? No, there's the heaven sun realm, right? Heavens above. Yeah, yeah, Mhm. So, mm, okay. I have nothing to refute it right now. I mean, I think she could probably open it up, but it appears that she can at least tap into it. So maybe she's the only one. Maybe that's a lineage factor. Maybe the reason that we haven't learned her name is because it's Nerona, Nerona Gunko, Saint Nerona Gunko. Sorry, I put some respect on the name. It's my fault. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Um, but we'll get into why I have that theory here in a bit. We'll get into because we got some more people showing up to LDAF. But we got two, yeah, we got two random people coming out of nowhere. We got on the right hand on the first one, God's Knight, Shepherd Family. So we talked about him in our family video yesterday, I believe. And we were thinking the spoilers might have been right here, but we didn't learn about the second one, Saint Summers. No, yeah, yep. And then the second one, that's that either way is better than what I could have pronounced. So we're gonna go with it. The Moshif. Yeah, which threw me for a loop, but we'll get into that here in a second. I mean, he seen Saint Summer is pretty relaxed. I mean, he appears to be handling some business for the blockade. He's like, hey, we can't let the gods starve, and I need to get my clothes on and everything. So don't send me right now. So they're able to take somebody. Like they must like does Gunko have a tracker on each one of these people, or do they know where they would probably be? Mm, I like it. I like that. I, yeah. No, don't apologize. I think a blockade would affect everything. So to your point, clothing as well. Now, for somebody as high class as those celestial dragons, I think this would impact their morale versus their health more because you're not going to die without having clothes. But it just goes to show, like, you're bleeding, and as a god, you're not supposed to bleed, and you're the world is seeing that you're bleeding, so you're losing your power over them. Yep. Yeah, sure. I mean, what if she's a secret from everyone, not just us? Shit. Yeah. I mean, that could be Gunko at this point, though. I don't really know who's to handle it. Yeah, I mean, he's looking good. He good. I mean, he looks like Momo, but if Momo could actually do something productive, that'd be great. But he has a dope ass weapon that Corey pointed out in the pre-show. That trident is fucking cool, dude. Yeah, I'm imagining because we didn't see Kaido as an awakened dragon. We now have an awakened dragon hybrid form already. How? Yeah, yeah, those were flame clouds though. And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It seemed like he put a lot of water in the. Yeah, I could definitely be wrong. Yeah, and he's obviously not a drunk right now because he's 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 being pretty honorable with Shamrock here. He's like, actually, he brought two of us because you need to go home, sir. And he calls him Commander. So he's the leader of the gods or the Holy Knights. So that I don't know if we've gotten that confirmed yet, but I'm just looking. Yes, sure. Agreed. And another theory that I was wrong on was I didn't think that celestial dragons would be devil fruit users, but we have at least one devil fruit user right here, and he is definitely a saint member. So they obviously don't have a rule against it. It's just weird that Shamrock chose not to do it, or maybe he's waiting for a better fruit. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. When and when you get specific dragon names like Azure Dragon, you only get that if you need to be differentiate from a different dragon. Like that's I mean, mine's black and white. All I see green. It has to be a darker color. Yeah, it has to be one of the darker colors. We have pink, and that was deemed a failure by Vegapunk. This could be another Azure Dragon, actually. To be honest, let's say something. Well, I mean, you have Vegapunk, who was a great scientist, but what if we had somebody who was a better scientist that was able to replicate the Azure Dragon one to one, bar for bar, or something like that? Who knows? Mm-hmm. Fish. Mm-hmm. I always felt like, yeah, I always felt like it was the good. Yeah, but he asked for like, hey, bring you up to speed on the mission, And he was like, "Hey, did you come here to visit Harold's too?" Which is such a weird. Why would you do that? You think it's a non-affiliated country. You said this already. Why? Why are you here then? But then we find out it's to kidnap the kids. We here to steal kids. And it's interesting that we have the second mention of the abyss. So so you have yeah, so you can't just up and pack them even though they're just kids. Mark the bastard, he can't get through the pentagram. Like, okay, is there something within your blood that's like stopping you from crossing over because of that? Or it's actually the second mention of the pentagram. I'll have to go back and look. Oh, I thought that was the mark, like a mark, like a mark of mark by flames or some shit. Oh, I see. Where else? It's possible. So he mentions the abyss, the dragon guy, when he shows up originally in this chapter. He's like, "Where are we departing from, and what about abyss?" So he doesn't say the abyss. He more refers to abyss like a name, like somebody go through the abyss though on this one. Very, I don't know. I'm open. I'm not really. It's interesting that they bring it up though. Yes. Mm. Oh, like he saw it appearing underneath him. He's like, "What is this pentagram?" He's like, "Oh," and he just starts falling through or something. Mm. Solid chapter though, all around. I mean, we got two new characters that character design peak. Dragon form, really done, really well done. Peace.